The university's watchdog had said that too many universities are ignoring poor grammar and spelling in an attempt to be inclusive. According to the Office for Students, the independent regulator of higher education in England, some universities are disregarding poor English and bad grammar in exams and essays because they think insisting on good English is discriminatory. To who? Well, essentially to foreign students, poor kids and ethnic minorities. Or in other words, the holier-than-thou virtue-signalling comrades of academia think poor kids and black kids are too inept to learn to spell properly. This, no doubt, comes from the same ilk of so-called intellectuals who've criticised a London school this week for stopping its pupils from using slang words in the classroom. The principal of Ark All Saints Academy has asked pupils to refrain from using slang words in lessons and in their work to, quote, help students understand the importance of expressing themselves clearly and accurately in formal settings. Perfectly reasonable, if you ask me. Critics, however, say stopping children from using terms like basic, stopping them from saying basically at the beginning of every sentence and like not saying the word like after like every 2 words is alienating students from different cultures. And by the way, this is probably the same variety of virtue signallers who think black kids shouldn't be expected to learn classical music and should instead settle for learning about rap music, about guns, weed and twerking. Now, I like rap music and I use a lot of slang myself in social settings. That's not the point. But as someone who is a foreigner, who did have to learn English from scratch and who grew up with deprived kids, I find all of this deeply offensive and patronising. Why should it be one set of standards for the white private school kids of leafy suburbia and another for children who look like me? Why should linguistic rigour and educational standards be the reserve of the well-to-do Hugos and Poppies of this world? Expecting disadvantaged students to use a high standard of English does not alienate them from the classroom. But poor speaking and writing skills sure will alienate them from a competitive job market where a badly written CV is enough to instantly disqualify you from a role. If those advocating this way of thinking truly care about inclusivity, they should stop excluding disadvantaged children from the high expectations they would have for their own middle-class kids.